I mean, the ginormous road slip you see behind me is here months later, and I was here at the end of June, and now there are actually plants growing out of the rubble. Well, I'm in Huntington along Camp Creek Road, and you can just see the damage from today's flash flooding right behind me. A whole bunch of tree branches scattered along the road, and there's also this bridge right here, which is really concerning residents because there's cracks along it, and it just looks very unstable. And residents tell me they're really concerned because the school bus actually makes its way along that route. I've been speaking with residents in this neighborhood, and they say they are shocked that this could happen in their small community. Many tell me they had to hide in their homes as those gunshots went off. Now, Kentucky State Police actually just came up to me seconds ago that they have an update, and they'll be holding a press conference right over there. So we'll get you that information in just a few moments, and we'll keep you updated on air and on our website. Now, on those unofficial primary results, there were a couple of close races, but those misplaced ballots didn't change any of the outcomes here in Cabell County. Well, Rob and Amanda, this location right here is a hot topic for Lawrence County residents, especially for those who live in this area. And I spoke with the nursing home that's just down the street on the other side of this building, and they tell me that they're concerned about safety and that they don't support this jail coming into their backyard. Things are starting to wind down here at 20 Paradise Lane in Ona. I'm going to step out of frame so that you can see the firefighters are starting to wrap down. I mean, you can only imagine what they're going through in this hot weather. The aftermath is absolutely devastating. As you can see, the floodings receded, but this car, the water was all the way up to this car, and you can just see giant tree branches below it. And if I move over here, you can just see how much this creek is flowing, and people's personal items like refrigerators, chairs, and other items have been making their way down this creek. And if you see above the creek, there's that railroad track, and it is still completely covered in debris. Now take a look at this video. This is what the cleanup process looks like here in Penny and in Vergy. It's a complete mess. Many of the roads are covered in debris, some with large chunks of concrete coming off. I spoke with Pike County EMS, and they tell me they've had to do more than a dozen water rescues. Neighbors who live here their whole life say they've never seen a flooding in this area this catastrophic. And as those drivers are filling up at these pumps, they're keeping a close eye on this screen right here, as those painful numbers here at these pumps are just continuing to get worse. I went to 5 different pawn shops today in Cabell County, and the story is similar at each one, as people are selling electronics and jewelry just to fill up their gas tanks. As you can see, crews are still hard at work behind me following yesterday's devastating flash flooding. And if I bring you over here, you can see just how much mud is covering these roads. Now, this is what the road looks like as you walk here or drive here along Jan Davis Drive. It's a thick, muddy mess surrounding these residents' homes. As you can see, this is all that's left of this gun range, and Bear tells me it is a total loss and that it took firefighters around 6 hours to extinguish these flames. Well, Amanda, when it comes to those dangerously hot temperatures like right now, the first thing most of us do is crank up the air conditioning and turn on those fans, but that's something these people in this area and hundreds of other across this region aren't able to do because they're still out of power. A mother and her 4-year-old son, Zaylin Conley, were outside on their porch late Sunday night when the unthinkable happened. Police say one of the shots coming from Mound Park hit Zaylin in the chest and killed him.
This is so heartbreaking because the majority of the people on midnight shift, which is when this came in, all have children about that age. So it was very difficult for them, very stressful for them, and they're second guessing themselves. What could I have done differently to try to save this child? But ultimately it's in God's hands.
Neighbors say they're heartbroken over the death of the little boy.
Makes you feel awful. It just makes me feel, I don't know, I just can't describe it, knowing someone just killed a little boy and just left him there.
No matter what the circumstances are, that's a tragedy. How could you even feel safe? I know I won't be coming here to walk anymore.
Residents say the Mound Park area is becoming a concern, and Chief Brewer says her department receives a lot of complaints about late night activities in the area.
I walk my dog here twice a day, and I'm armed with a stun gun and pepper spray because I am nervous when I walk here, but sometimes there's activity going on that looks a little suspicious, and sometimes I don't stop.
Neighbors are concerned not only for their safety, but their children's.
It's very, very sad to know that someone would kill a boy, a little boy. Why? Why would you want to kill a little boy?